In the frozen shadows of the Ice Age dawn, a colossal ghost emerged from the mist. Armed with jaws that could shatter the strongest bones of any beast. This was a world of ice and giants, where survival was a brutal daily struggle. And one predator left tracks larger and deeper than any other. A phantom moving through the mist, always hunting, always hungry. This was its domain. Nothing moved across these plains without its knowledge. Built for the brutal cold, its massive frame and thick coat were a fortress against the elements. It shared this frozen world with other titans, giants it would both hunt and fear. For millennia, this colossal scavenger reigned supreme across the untamed lands of 3 continents. The bone-crushing giant of the Ice Age. Our story begins in the Middle Pleistocene, a time when ice held the world in its grip. The giant's story started small, with ancient, forest-dwelling ancestors millions of years ago. But the Earth is restless. As climates cooled and forests gave way to open plains, the hyena family tree split, while some became the spotted and striped hunters we know. A new, more robust lineage emerged, the short-faced hyenas. Nature equipped them with a terrifying weapon, massive, bone-crushing teeth. And from this lineage rose the ultimate scavenger, the giant hyena, Pachycrocuta brevirostris. It entered a world teeming with giants, a land of mammoths, rhinos, and bison. To survive, it became the ultimate opportunist, both a capable hunter and a master scavenger. But it was not alone. It faced fierce competition from other apex predators, like the saber-toothed cat. Driven by its success, the giant hyena expanded its range, spreading from Africa across Eurasia. Fossil records show its reign lasted for millions of years, spanning the Pliocene and Pleistocene. Its immense size was an evolutionary response to the giants it hunted and scavenged from. It evolved powerful, massive shoulders, essential for grappling with large carcasses and prey. As the world cooled, it developed a thick, insulating coat to survive the brutal Ice Age winters. While not as complex as modern clans, they likely formed small, cooperative groups for hunting and defense. Leaving Africa behind, they became the first hyenas to conquer the vast landscapes of Eurasia. In this harsh world, a deadly arms race unfolded, with predators and prey shaping each other's evolution. Survival was not just about other animals. The environment itself was a constant, brutal challenge. It shared its world with formidable rivals like the cave lion, maintaining an uneasy, often tense truce. It also competed with the formidable dire wolves, facing down entire packs in the struggle for food. The relentless cold and shifting climate directly sculpted its body, from its thick fur to its specialized nasal structure. Within their groups, a complex social hierarchy emerged, with clear dominance and submission behaviors. Following migrating herds and adapting to new environments, the giant hyena successfully expanded its domain into Europe.
Through size, strength, and adaptability, the giant hyena secured its place as a formidable and dominant force in the Ice Age world.
To understand its dominance, we must look at its incredible physical form, built for power and endurance.
Rivaling a modern lioness in size, it was a true giant among hyenas, a formidable presence on the Ice Age plains. Its thick, shaggy coat, a blend of earthy tones, provided both insulation against the cold and camouflage in the steppe.
Its distinctive sloping back was not a weakness, but a sign of immense power concentrated in its massive shoulders and forelimbs.
These thick, muscular forelimbs were the pillars of its strength, essential for grappling, carrying, and bone crushing.
Its massive, barrel-shaped chest housed enormous lungs and a powerful heart, providing the endurance needed for long-distance travel.
But its most terrifying feature was hidden beneath the skin: enormous jaw muscles that generated incredible biting force. These massive, conical teeth were not for slicing meat, but for pulverizing bone to access the nutritious marrow within.
The skull itself was a marvel of engineering, built to withstand the immense stresses of bone crushing.
Its large, powerful front paws, armed with strong claws, were used to grip and manipulate heavy bones.
Despite its bulk, it possessed an efficient, loping stride that allowed it to cover vast distances in search of food.
With a bite force rivaling that of a large crocodile, it could shatter the thickest bones of megafauna.
Its thick, powerful neck muscles were essential for tearing flesh and carrying heavy loads over long distances.
It was an endurance athlete, capable of traveling dozens of miles in a single day in search of food.
Equipped with excellent night vision, it was as formidable a hunter in the darkness as it was in the day.
Its sense of smell was legendary, able to detect a carcass from miles away.
This dense, multi-layered coat was its primary defense against the brutal cold of the Ice Age.
The unique structure of its shoulder blades allowed for powerful, efficient movement and immense lifting capacity.
Its bite force was truly phenomenal, exceeding that of almost any other land predator, past or present. Whether digging for a den or grappling with prey, its forelimb strength was a crucial survival tool.
Though short, its tail was powerful and played a role in balance and social communication. Its large ears were highly mobile, allowing it to pinpoint the faintest sounds in the vast Ice Age landscape.
Its vocalizations included deep, resonant growls, used to communicate threats and assert dominance.
When threatened, it would adopt a defensive posture, bristling its fur to appear larger and more formidable.
Conversely, a dominant hyena would stand tall, tail held high, to assert its status and deter rivals.
It marked its vast territory with scent, a chemical warning to any intruders that this land was taken.
As a supreme scavenger, it was capable of exploiting the largest carcasses on the Ice Age landscape.
Its feeding posture utilized its powerful front end to anchor and tear at tough flesh and bone.
It was one of the few predators capable of cracking open large bones to access the nutrient-rich marrow inside. Communication within the clan was often subtle, relying on a complex language of gestures and low-frequency sounds.
While primarily an endurance runner, it was also capable of short, powerful bursts of speed when necessary.
Its impressive mane could be raised in moments of aggression or excitement, a visual signal of its emotional state. In the freezing Ice Age air, its every breath was a visible testament to the harsh reality of its world. Even giants need rest. When not hunting or scavenging, it conserved precious energy, always ready for the next opportunity. A marvel of evolutionary engineering, the giant hyena was perfectly adapted in every way to be the ultimate Ice Age scavenger.
Its world was the immense mammoth steppe, a cold, dry grassland that stretched across continents.
Among the vast plains, rocky outcrops and deep caves provided essential shelter and den sites. Winter was a harsh test, and the giant hyena was perfectly built to endure the deep snow and freezing temperatures. It was always listening, its large ears tuned to the faintest sounds of struggle or distress across the plains. Much of its life was spent on the move, a tireless search for the scent of death and opportunity.
When fresh meat was scarce, its incredible jaws allowed it to sustain itself on the dry, sun-bleached bones left by others.
It frequently clashed with other predators, like wolves, using its size and aggression to dominate carcasses.
A fallen mammoth was a bonanza, providing a feast that could sustain a clan for days. Water was as essential as food, often found only in frozen rivers or icy pools.
The den was the heart of the clan's social life, a place of rest, safety, and communal bonding.
Grooming was an important social ritual, strengthening bonds and maintaining hygiene within the clan.
Play was essential for the pups, helping them develop the strength and skills they would need to survive. The clan worked together to raise the young, ensuring they were well fed and protected.
Survival skills were passed down from generation to generation through observation and imitation. The clan was constantly on the move, following the herds and searching for new opportunities.
The steppe was a land of extremes, subject to sudden, violent windstorms that could last for days.
Under the cover of darkness, they patrolled their territory, a silent and formidable presence.
Their haunting howls echoed across the Ice Age plains, a chilling reminder who...
Even in the darkness, its nose led the way, guiding it to food, rivals, or clan members. They were masters of observation, tracking the movements of the great herds across the landscape.
It knew when to pick its battles, often giving a wide berth to the powerful cave lion.
When on the hunt, it was a tireless tracker, following its prey for miles across the steppe.
A wool rhinoceros was a formidable opponent, a challenge only the boldest or most desperate would take on. Territorial disputes were common, but full-blown conflicts were often avoided through displays and retreat. Approaching a carcass was always calculated risk, requiring constant vigilance for rival predators. Its powerful jaws and specialized teeth allowed it to exploit a resource few others could, the nutritious bone marrow.
Life within the clan was governed by a strict social hierarchy, maintained through a complex language of postures and calls.
Challenges to the hierarchy were settled through intense, but rarely lethal, dominance fights.
Despite their fearsome reputation, giant hyenas were devoted parents, investing heavily in raising their young.
Their lives were a constant journey, a never-ending search for food across the immense Ice Age landscape. They were often accompanied by other scavengers, like ravens, who waited patiently for their share of the spoils.
Its immense size allowed it to easily dominate smaller scavengers, ensuring it got the lion's share of any kill.
Survival in the Ice Age required constant vigilance, and the giant hyena was always listening for danger or opportunity.
As darkness fell, the clan would gather, reaffirming social bonds and preparing for the night's activities. The bond between mother and pup was strong, and adults would fiercely protect the young from any perceived threat.
The steppe was not always frozen. During warmer periods, heavy rains could turn the landscape into a sodden marsh.
Dense fog often blanketed the plains, creating a world of shadows and hidden dangers.
When not on the move, it would often seek out tall grass or dense vegetation to rest and remain hidden.
As the sun set on the Ice Age plains, the giant hyena stood as a sentinel of a world that was slowly changing.
But the endless days of the Ice Age were numbered, and a new, darker chapter was about to begin. As the Ice Age waned, the world began to warm, triggering a cascade of changes that would challenge the giants.
The great herds that had sustained them for millennia began to dwindle, their populations stressed by the changing world. A new and formidable competitor emerged on the scene, early humans, armed with tools and intelligence.
As human populations expanded and their technology improved, they became an increasingly dominant force. The once vast steppe was broken up, fragmented by changing climates and expanding forests, isolating populations.
The great megafauna, the cornerstone of the Ice Age ecosystem, were disappearing, their numbers plummeting. Harsh winters became even more brutal as food became scarce, leading to starvation and death. Competition for the few remaining resources became fierce, with predators clashing desperately over every scrap. As their range shrank, territorial disputes intensified, leading to more frequent and violent clashes between clans. Hunting became harder, scavenging more dangerous, and too often, their efforts ended in failure and hunger. The mammoths, whose carcasses had once provided abundant feasts, were becoming increasingly rare. As food sources dwindled, large clans fractured into smaller, less resilient groups. Many were forced to adopt a solitary existence, roaming vast distances in a desperate search for food. Raising the next generation became an increasingly difficult challenge, with many pups succumbing to hunger and the elements. The changing climate brought more frequent and intense droughts, further stressing an already fragile ecosystem. As the world warmed, the great herds migrated northward, following the retreating ice and leaving the hyenas behind. Forced to adapt or die, they abandoned their ancestral territories and the trails they had walked for generations. Their range retreated to a few isolated pockets in Europe, the last strongholds of a once mighty species. In these final refuges, competition with cave lions became even more desperate and violent. Under immense stress, their reproductive rates plummeted, and fewer pups were born to replace the dying.
Their once vast territories shrank year by year, pushed back by a changing world and new competitors.
The tracks of the giant hyena, once so common across the landscape, began to fade from the earth. Eventually, the last giant hyenas died, their bones becoming entombed in the earth, waiting to be discovered.
Around 400,000 years ago, the species finally succumbed to the combined pressures of a changing world.
A silence fell over the steppe, the haunting howls of the bone-crushing giant forever silenced.
The first clues to its existence were unearthed in the 19th century, sparking a scientific mystery.
Painstakingly pieced together from fragments, the skull revealed a creature of immense power and unique adaptation. Using modern technology and experimental methods, scientists have been able to estimate its incredible bite force.
It was a distant cousin to modern hyenas, a unique branch of the family tree that flourished in the Ice Age.
Advances in ancient DNA analysis are providing new insights into its evolutionary history and relationships. Today, its massive skeletons stand in museums around the world, a testament to its former glory.
By reconstructing its movements and behaviors, we can gain a glimpse into its daily life on the Ice Age plains.
The bones themselves hold the secrets of its diet, revealing a reliance on scavenging and bone crushing.
Studying the giant hyena helps us piece together the complex puzzle of the Ice Age ecosystem and its eventual collapse.
The story of the giant hyena is far from over, with new discoveries continuing to shed light on this magnificent predator.
And so, the bone-crushing giant of the Ice Age faded back into the mist from which it came. The vast plains it once ruled are now silent, its thunderous presence gone forever.
Only its fossilized bones remain, buried deep within the earth, a lasting testament to its reign.